Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe if you like stories about the ancient world. The story of the Chinchorro is one of the most incredible in human history. But with great discovery comes great misunderstanding. In the shadow of their silent, ancient legacy, a forest of wild theories and dangerous myths has grown. Theories that rob the Chinchorro of their true genius, replacing their human achievement with science fiction and fantasy. Today, we are drawing a line in the sand. This is not just a video about history. This is a mission to reclaim the truth. We are going to arm you with facts and debunk the most persistent myths about the Chinchorro, separating sensational fiction from breathtaking scientific reality. The most common and perhaps most damaging myth is the idea that the Chinchorro were primitive. This word is a cage that fails to capture who they were. What does primitive even mean? If it means lacking complexity, then the Chinchorro were anything but. The technology of survival. Their survival was a masterpiece of engineering. They developed harpoons with detachable heads to hunt 300-kilogram sea lions in the open ocean. They wove nets and crafted hooks from shell and bone that are functionally perfect for their environment. This isn't primitivism. This is elegant, efficient design honed over millennia. The art of eternity. But their true sophistication is revealed in their mummification. This was a multi-stage, weeks-long process that required a deep, intimate knowledge of human anatomy. They understood structural engineering, using sticks to reinforce skeletons. They were master chemists, identifying and processing specific minerals like manganese and iron oxide for their paints. They were visionary artists, creating individualized portraits that preserved identity for thousands of years. Labeling this primitive is not just incorrect, it's an insult to human ingenuity. They weren't simple, they were specialized. Their genius was channeled into understanding death, the body, and their ecosystem with a depth that still leaves us in awe. Then we have the grand, sensational myths, the ones that claim the Chinchorro couldn't possibly have done this themselves. It must have been aliens, or survivors from Atlantis. Let's be perfectly clear. These theories are not just wrong. They are profoundly arrogant. They are a form of intellectual colonialism that denies non-European peoples their own achievements. The evidence of evolution. Science doesn't see a sudden, miraculous appearance of complex mummification. We see a clear evolution. The earliest mummies were simpler. Over centuries, the techniques became more complex, evolving from the black mummy method to the red mummy method. We can see trial and error in the archaeological record. This is the slow, meticulous work of human hands and minds, not a gift from the stars. The power of the human mind. The Chinchorro had everything they needed. 7,000 years of stable cultural development, a deep motivation rooted in grief and spirituality, and brilliant minds capable of observation and innovation. To suggest they needed outside help is to ignore the staggering capacity of human creativity. The real story of a hunter-gatherer society achieving this through their own intellect is far more inspiring and revolutionary than any science fiction. So, how do we know all this? How can we be so sure? The answer is the scientific method. While pseudoscience deals in vague speculations and untestable claims, real archaeology builds its case on a mountain of verifiable, cross-referenced evidence. Radiocarbon dating, the unforgiving clock. We don't guess the age of the mummies. We use radiocarbon dating to measure the decay of carbon-14 in organic materials like skin, bone, and plant fibers used in the process. This provides a solid, scientific date that can be replicated and verified by any lab in the world. The 7,000-year figure isn't a guess, it's a measurement. CT scans, seeing without touching. We don't need to unwrap the mummies and destroy them. We use CT scanners to see inside, revealing the wooden armatures, the stuffing, and the methods of construction, without causing a single bit of harm. This is non-invasive truth. Biochemistry. Reading the story in the bones. We analyze the isotopes in their bones and hair to reconstruct their diet with incredible accuracy, proving their reliance on the sea. We can even identify trace elements that tell us about the water they drank and the environment they lived in. This is the key difference. Science is a transparent, self-correcting process. It welcomes scrutiny. Pseudoscience operates in the dark, ignoring evidence that doesn't fit its pre-made narrative. Debunking these myths is not just an academic exercise. It's a fight for the soul of history. When we label the Chinchorro primitive, we diminish one of humanity's most profound cultural achievements. When we credit aliens, we strip them of their agency, their intellect, and their rightful place in the story of human civilization. The truth matters because the Chinchorro represent a pinnacle of human potential. They show us what we are capable of, not with advanced technology, but with careful observation, deep love, and relentless curiosity. Their story is a testament to the power of the human spirit. So, the next time you hear a wild theory about the ancient past, ask the simple questions. What is the evidence? Can it be tested? Does it ignore the actual data? Arm yourself with skepticism and respect for the scientific process. The Chinchorro were not primitive, and they were not taught by aliens. They were us, at our most innovative, our most artistic, and our most human. And that is a truth worth protecting. What other historical myths have you encountered that need debunking? The conversation about protecting our real history continues in the comments below. If you believe in a past based on facts, not fantasy, help us spread the word. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for our next investigation into the truth. Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe if you like stories about the ancient world